St. Louis, welcome to the very first episode of STL Hustle Spotlight. I'm Lakeisha Blackman, your favorite digital host, and today we're taking you inside 3 short conversations with people doing very different work, but when you put their stories together, you'll notice something. They're all building something they wish more people had access to. Cortez Hustle is out in the community having the conversations, and today you're going to meet RC, founder of Wagdod Clothing, Devon Moody, founder of the 89th Collective, and Calvin Dantley, founder of Master Systems. We're talking resilience. We're talking community. We're talking entrepreneurship. And we're talking about the systems that help turn a good idea into something sustainable. This is STL Hustle Spotlight. Short conversations, real impact. Today's episode is presented in part by Social Lead Web by IHMG. If you're running a local service-based business and you're posting content, getting views, likes, comments, and followers, but you're still wondering how all that attention is supposed to turn into actual business, this is for you. Social Lead Web is the system designed to turn social media attention into real sales opportunities for local service-based businesses. Want to know if the strategy fits your business? Comment social, or go to ihustlemg.com and take the free Social Lead Web quiz. Now let's meet our first guest. Our first spotlight starts with a clothing brand, but this story is much bigger than clothing. RC is the founder of Wagdod Clothing. Wagdod stands for We're All Gonna Die One Day. That might sound heavy until you understand where it came from. At 19 years old, RC experienced a serious mental health crisis. Instead of allowing that moment to become the end of his story, he eventually turned the philosophy that helped him keep moving into a community, a brand, and a way of encouraging other people to live with courage. Today, that mission reaches beyond apparel. He's also pouring into young people through boxing and his work with knockout bullying. Cortez caught up with RC to talk about the story behind Wagdod, resilience, knowing when to keep fighting and when to rest, and why community matters when life gets heavy. Take a look.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of STL Hustle Spotlight, where we spotlight the people, the movements, the businesses, the entrepreneurs, the organizations moving this culture forward. And tonight, I met a young man who, like me, been through some stuff in life, but refused to let it break him. So I want to introduce you guys to my man, RC. What's going on, good brother?
What's going on, man?
Hey, listen, tell everybody a little bit about who you are and this brand that you call Wagdod.
So, like I said, my name is RC.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the clothing brand is Wagdod. So Wagdod is an acronym. It stands for We're All Gonna Die One Day.
Gotcha.
So live life to the fullest. Oh,
Love
like I
it.
say, when I was 19, just had a bad mental health episode. I was gonna end it all,
Yeah.
And I decided, I just wanted to start a group of people I wish existed when I needed them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I started off doing. We were some skateboarders.
Okay.
We just used to, we all gonna die one day. We go do a skateboard trick, or we all gonna die one day, go talk to a girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, this could be something.
Yeah.
So, I started getting the first shirts made and stuff, and it just wildfire.
Gotcha. I love that whole moniker that if you ever feel afraid to do something, think about Wagdod. We all gonna die one day, so you might as well do it, man.
Sure.
I love that, and I thank God that you are still here, brother. A lot of people get to that place, and some cross that line, and you didn't. Now that you didn't, and you've lived another 13 years beyond that place, talk about what it was like to pick yourself up and put those pieces back together.
Man, every day is still another. I remember you were asking when we was talking earlier, you was like, how do you find that time to even be able to know that you on the right path and you not?
Yeah.
Because it's a weird middle ground. It's like, you got to fight through to keep going. So where do you actually sit down and say, okay, I really do need to take a break?
Yeah.
So I feel like one of my biggest things was being able to do that.
Okay.
Being able to, I'm not accepting defeat, but I'm sitting down, I'm really analyzing what's going on around me and making sure if I'm still on that path or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one of my biggest things, it was like when I face an adversity or obstacle, it make me like, it's almost like infuriating.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? Because
Yeah.
it's like, how dare you think you could stop me? You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
So it's like, it's just one of them things where, as you live long enough and you don't fall victim to the things, the grass really is greener. But when you're young, you don't know it though, because
Yeah.
you haven't
Yeah.
experienced enough
Yep.
to know.
Yep.
But
Yep.
when the more that you live, especially you get into business, you understand that behind each obstacle, that's where the success is.
That's where the success is.
Mhm.
You talked about you wanting to create a group that you wish you had.
Mhm.
What and who's in that group for you now?
Well, if we talking like support, I got a lot of support.
Okay.
And when it come down to, you know, making shirts, making hats, or
Yeah.
doing this stuff with these manufacturers overseas and all that's 100%.
Gotcha. So support is in that group. I imagine you got some folks that you can talk to when things get heavy.
For sure.
Yeah. So the clothing brand, you started it as a movement, and how's things going for you now? And what's one thing that the community could help you do, or one way that they could support you?
One of the main ways is, like I said, I teach kids how to box.
Okay.
So I'm working with a program called Knockout Bullying.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what he does is, right now, every week we meeting every Thursday at the West Florissant Boys and Girls Club, like
Okay.
where that old QT was on West Florissant. And after that, I think we doing once a month. But we gonna get back to that. I gotta do it more than once.
Sure.
Really weekly, really
Yeah.
multiple times a week.
Exactly.
Because you're not gonna keep no kid attention doing nothing once a month at all. You know what I'm saying?
That's too much time in between for them to revert back to
Yes.
old ways.
Is too much. 5 minutes, 30 seconds in the class is too long. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So if you want to support my movement, that's probably one of the best ways, because like I say, boxing is just real important to me. It's just one of them things where it just kept my mind focused.
Yeah.
And I was talking to them about vices and stuff that I had fallen into.
Sure.
And something about that box, it just make me feel high. I don't even care if I go to the gym, I spar somebody, he mess my nose up, or my tooth a little loose. I don't even care, because it's like when I leave there, I'm high.
You
know what I'm saying? And I just feel like every kid or anybody on earth should be able to experience that feeling.
Sure.
You're getting a great workout, you're building your confidence, because now you know that I know how to defend myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all in one.
I love it.
So I just think it's an amazing thing. So
I love it.
they could just come to my Instagram, and then when they go on there, they'll be able to see whenever the next one will be.
All right. Well, go ahead and give everybody that Instagram handle, as well as how they can follow the clothing brand, where they can they purchase. If you got a website, give them all the details, bro. Don't be shy.
Yep. So everything is at Wagdod. So at WAGDOD.
Okay.
And you can find me on every social media: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of them.
At Wagdog, and I'm sure there's a link in the bio that takes you to the shop, so you can grab that apparel. I love what you're rocking right now. F depression.
Yes.
But the way you F depression is with community, right?
Exactly.
And you're building the right thing around you, and it sounds like you're creating that for the people that you're mentoring. So appreciate you so much, brother.
Definitely.
This is STL Hustle Insider. I'm Cortez Hustle. Always remember to check out our sponsor, St. Louis Virtual Resource Center. If you're an entrepreneur in the St. Louis metro area, they have all of the resources that you need under one roof, from events that you can hang out at, funding sources. We're talking co-working spaces, everything. St. Louis really is the best place to be for entrepreneurs because of all of these resources. Problem is they're spread all over the place because these organizations, they like the city and the county. They don't work together, right? Well, we decided to put all of the resources under one umbrella. So St. Louis Virtual Resource Center, check the link in the description and the show notes. Sign up. It's 100% free. There's a community for you to connect with other entrepreneurs, the whole 9 yards. So be sure to check that out.
Wow, that line is going to stay with me. The grass really is greener. RC talked about something that you can only fully understand after you've lived through a few things. When you're standing in the middle of an obstacle, sometimes you don't have enough life behind you yet to know that the obstacle isn't the end. And now he's taking what he's learned and giving young people something productive to pour themselves into through boxing, discipline, confidence, focus, physical fitness, community, and a way to channel what's happening inside. That's when a brand becomes bigger than merchandise. It becomes a mission. And that's exactly the kind of story STL Hustle Spotlight was created to find. Before we head to our next spotlight, a quick word for the entrepreneurs watching. You heard Cortez mention the St. Louis Virtual Resource Center during the interview. That's another resource built to help connect St. Louis entrepreneurs with opportunities and information that can otherwise be difficult to find. And if your challenge isn't finding resources, but figuring out how to turn your online presence into actual leads and customers, our presenting sponsor has you covered there. Social Lead Web by IHMG is built around one simple idea. Your social media shouldn't just get attention, it should help create opportunities. Social Lead Web connects your content, calls to action, lead capture, follow-up, and sales process, so the attention you're already generating has somewhere to go. If you're a local service-based business owner and you're wondering whether this strategy makes sense for your business, don't guess. Comment social or visit ihustlemg.com and take the free Social Lead Web quiz. Now, let's cross the river and head over to the 89th Collective. If RC's story showed us what can happen when you build the community you once needed, our next conversation shows what that idea can look like at scale. Meet Devon Moody, founder of the 89th Collective. The 89th Collective is building an entrepreneurial ecosystem with coworking, business programming, memberships, virtual mailbox services, networking opportunities, event space, mentorship, and programs designed to help entrepreneurs at different stages of the journey. And Devon isn't only thinking about today's business owners, she's thinking about who's next. During her conversation with Cortez, she talks about opportunities being created for young people, including Gen Z and Gen Alpha, to learn how to develop ideas, understand business planning, work in teams, pitch concepts, and begin seeing entrepreneurship as something that's available to them too. Here's Cortez Hustle with Devon Moody at the 89th Collective.
St. Louis, or should I say East St. Louis?
East
We're
side?
on the other side of the river today with another episode of STL Hustle Spotlight. This is where we spotlight amazing people doing amazing things with whether that's an event, whether that is a product or service, whether that's a nonprofit organization, a movement, a business, whatever it is. And today we kind of get a combination of all of that with the legend, the living legend, Miss Devon Moody. How you doing, sis?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Awesome. Well, this is Spotlight. We've got 5 minutes for you to tell everybody what you got going on over here at the 89th Collective.
Oh my goodness. So again, I'm Devon Moody, Chief Innovation Officer at the 89th Collective. We have a lot going on in our Legacy Launchpad.
Mhm.
And so I'm excited because August is coming up. And it's Black Business Month.
There you go. All
It's
right.
Black Business Month. We have some amazing things going on for people of all ages. We have a Understanding Trading 101 workshop that's going to happen on August 6th. We have our interns, our amazing interns. We've had them taking over, Gen Z taking over.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
they have created what we'll be having as a bizathon. So that students or young people that are ages 8 to 24, it doesn't have to be a student. And I did say that because it may be a high school student, but
Right. Gotcha.
from ages 18 to 24, they're going to be welcome into the space. We have an informational that's coming up about this because it's going to be an all-day event, but we want them to know what that looks like.
Gotcha.
And so they'll come in for information. I want to say it's going to be August 12th.
Okay.
And then 12th or 13th, but you can find out these dates at the 89thcollective.com. But they're going to find out about like what a business plan is, how do they start brainstorming. They're going to be put into teams that they'll select their teams and build out a business idea.
Nice.
And they'll have a full day in the fall that they'll work on this business idea and then ultimately pitch it and be able to win different prizes, including cash prizes for their business to move it forward, and business and technical assistance from myself and staff.
Okay.
And so I'm really excited about that because I want more of Gen Z and Gen
Mhm.
Alpha or whatever the other names are,
Yeah.
the babies,
The
right?
younger
The
folks.
younger people to come in and know that this is a space for them.
Mhm.
And so that's going on. We also have our Culture and Connection, which is every last Friday of the month.
Mhm.
So make sure that you come in. If you are interested in exhibiting, you can reach out to me through the website or on any of the social media platforms. And we also have another event that's still formulating. I'm excited about that. But that's going to be an informational about our new program through our nonprofit partner, the Biz Spot Community, which
Mhm.
is called the Launch Lab. And so the Launch Lab is a 10-month program that there's a 10-week in-person business accelerator.
Mhm.
There's going to be access to mentors, successful business mentors for over 6 months. You'll also be able to work on a Google certification to skill up
Mhm.
during that time. And then you'll have access to the space as members. So
Wow.
all of that is wrapped up in our Launch Lab, and the
Okay.
application for that will be going out very soon.
Gotcha. And then just talk about some of the core products and services that you
Yes.
have just with, I know there's a membership, there's a mailing service, a mailbox, virtual mailbox. What else you guys got?
Yes. So we have 3 different levels of membership. One to get you in the door is our connector membership. And then we have our builder membership and our growth. And so what separates those is access to, you always have access to co-working and virtual mailbox service, but
Mhm.
it is adding those things into our marketing. It will be getting in rooms that you would normally be able to be in because of
Mhm.
through partnerships.
Yeah.
It also includes access to space to host your own events that you
Mhm.
have the space rental as well, and to build your brand. And then for some levels, you actually have a one-on-one session with me to help you move the business forward.
Gotcha.
In addition to that, I'm excited that we have the Legacy Coalition. So that is
Mhm.
our chamber-ish group that
Mhm.
you're able to join, which has an annual membership, 3 different levels as well to get you connected. They include everything from our access to space rental to our network, because my network is
It's
amazing.
expansive,
It's
people.
expansive. It's much way out of
Devin
this.
knows everybody, and even more people know Devin that she probably don't even know, man. So this is amazing. So
Yeah.
all right, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is STL Hustle Spotlight. I'm at the 89 Collective with the Chief Innovation Officer for the 89 Collective, the brains behind this whole thing. So you guys can go to the89collective.com. And then always remember that the STL Hustle Spotlight is brought to you by the St. Louis Virtual Resource Center. All of the resources that you need as a St. Louis area entrepreneur in one place, because St. Louis is one of the top places to be as an entrepreneur, but the resources are scattered. They've got them all in one place. So check the link in the show notes for that. And it's free to access this comprehensive list of resources. So make sure y'all check that out. This is Devon Moody. I'm Cortez Hustle. Until next time, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it.
There's a word that kept coming to mind listening to Devon: access. Access to space, access to networks, access to mentorship, access to business education, and perhaps most importantly, giving younger generations access to entrepreneurship before they've convinced themselves that business ownership isn't for them. The 89th Collective isn't simply asking, how do we help entrepreneurs? They're also asking, how early can we start? Because imagine being 8, 13, 18, or 24 years old and already learning how to brainstorm an idea, build a business plan, collaborate with a team, pitch the concept, and connect with people who can help you move it forward. That's ecosystem building. And speaking of building businesses that can actually move forward, there's another piece we have to talk about: systems. Because eventually, every entrepreneur discovers that being talented at what you do and knowing how to run the business behind what you do are 2 different skills. That's also why today's episode is supported by Social Lead Web by IHMG, helping local service-based businesses put a real system behind the attention they're generating online. Remember, comment social or take the free quiz at ihustlemg.com. Now let's talk about another system plenty of business owners would rather avoid: the numbers. Our final spotlight features Calvin Dantley, founder of Master Systems, and he's tackling one of those parts of entrepreneurship that can make even experienced business owners uncomfortable: financial management. Master Systems partnered with the Northside Economic Empowerment Center and the Small Business Empowerment Center to create a free, hands-on QuickBooks workshop series designed to help entrepreneurs move beyond receipts in a shoebox and notes scribbled on napkins. But listen closely to Calvin's conversation with Cortez, because this isn't really just about QuickBooks. It's about the transition every entrepreneur eventually has to make. You may have started your business because you love baking, painting, consulting, coaching, cutting hair, designing, whatever your thing happens to be. But once you own the business, you're responsible for much more than the thing. Calvin breaks down what that transition really requires. Let's go to the conversation.
Yo, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? This is Cortez Hustle, STL Virtual Resource Center, and we got another free resource for you today. So I'm gonna let my man Calvin tell you a little bit about the resource that he's put together for you, coming up real soon. But it does require for you to get registered. So the link will be in and around this video somewhere. Calvin, my man, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good, Cortez. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. So tell everybody about this class that I think is much needed for the small business community. What you guys got going on over there?
Absolutely. Well, the first and second week of September, we're collaborating with the Northside Economic Empowerment Center and the Small Business Empowerment Center, and we're putting together a free QuickBooks workshop series. It's a 5-part series designed to really help small business owners go from, the shoebox full of receipts and notes scribbled on napkins to a financial management system that helps them grow and scale their business. So we start with configuration and we go all the way through to reporting and doing a deep dive in analyzing the reports to make better business decisions based off of your finances. And so we start September 1st and we go September 1st, 2nd, 3rd from 4:30 to 6. And then the second week, we're September 8th and 9th, same time. And we're at the Northside Economic Empowerment Center over on Cass here in St. Louis.
Gotcha. I love that, man, because the financials are super important. And sometimes they can be intimidating. So I'm glad you guys are doing a class. I looked in the QuickBooks program one time. I was like, yeah, no, I'm just going to get me a bookkeeper.
Remember, most people are in that boat. It's something that, we all probably took a math class, one or two in grade school. And I would say most people, it wasn't their favorite subject. And so it can be intimidating. But the nice thing about how we've structured this, it's hands-on. So we actually get you into QuickBooks. We've got subject matter experts who are our bookkeepers that are in the room so they can pull up right next to you in a chair, sit down and work through your specific problem. And it'll be a great time. We feed you, give you a little food, so you're running on good fuel while you're there. But yeah, we try to make it as practical and accessible for everybody, no matter where you're starting.
Gotcha. And do we have to pay for a QuickBooks subscription? How does that work?
No, so we have a test drive, so we can put you on a 30-day free trial of the program to give you the opportunity to test it. There are discounts that we offer if you're not on the platform already but wanted to sign up. But we don't require you to have a QuickBooks. A lot of this stuff is really just best practices and things that, QuickBooks is the platform that we chose to teach on. But a lot of this stuff is applicable no matter what system that you're using.
Gotcha. Okay. And real quick, man, tell everybody about your actual business, though, and why you feel compelled to do this for the community. Because I know you're not a nonprofit. You are very much a for-profit entity. But every time I look up, man, you're giving back, man. So what's that about?
Yeah, Cortez, my personal mission is to bring people together and help them get to where they want to go. And so everything I do has to align with that. And Master Systems, we're a learning and development company. So at our core, we're helping people get to where they want to go in terms of leadership development and being the best version of themselves from a professional perspective. We've got a 50-course library focused on supporting first-time managers. And what I've learned about business owners is a lot of times they started their businesses because they like to do the thing, right? If I'm a baker, I want it to bake. If I'm a painter, I want it to paint. But as business owners, we're also tasked with doing all the other things for our business, right? Leading teams, making data-driven decisions, finding partnerships, marketing ourselves, selling our services, right? It's no longer just about the thing anymore. And so what we want to do is we want to really surround these entrepreneurs with the resources and giving them a toolbox that they can use to grow their business and hire staff and delegate responsibility if that's what they want to get to.
Gotcha. All right. Well, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you and Master Systems. And then again, if they want to sign up for the class, where are they going for that?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn, just Calvin Dantley on LinkedIn. The website is mastersystems.us. And if you want more information, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, send me a message, and I'll respond with the flyer and the link to get you registered.
I love it. I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Another free resource. Kevin, I've been telling everybody about the article that I read, and I recently did some additional research about St. Louis being a top city for entrepreneurship because of its many resources. And here is yet another free resources for entrepreneurs to grow their business and our brand. So thank you so much, man, for coming to share with us how you're doing this class and making it accessible and also making it friendly and easy to get up to speed on QuickBooks and also analyzing your numbers and all that. So that's going to do it for us here at the STL Virtual Resource Center. All of the resources from all around the St. Louis in one place. If you have not already signed up for our 101 resources every entrepreneur in St. Louis needs, then make sure you check the link in the show notes for that as well.
And there it is. You can start a business because you love the work, but eventually you have to learn how to run the business that surrounds the work. Calvin talked about leadership, financial decision-making, partnerships, marketing, sales, hiring, delegation. Those are the skills that allow an entrepreneur to stop carrying everything alone. And I especially appreciate how the QuickBooks series is structured. Not just someone standing in front of a room talking at entrepreneurs, but subject matter experts actually sitting beside business owners and helping them work through their specific questions. That's the difference between giving somebody information and helping somebody use it. 3 conversations, 3 completely different businesses, but there's a thread connecting all of them. RC reminded us that sometimes the thing you build for yourself can become the thing that helps somebody else survive, grow, or believe in themselves. Devon showed us what happens when we intentionally build environments where entrepreneurs, and even the next generation of entrepreneurs, can access space, knowledge, relationships, and opportunity. And Calvin reminded us that passion might get a business started, but systems help a business grow. That's St. Louis. There are people throughout this region solving problems, building resources, creating opportunities, and doing meaningful work every day. Our job with STL Hustle Spotlight is to make sure more people know their names. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't just watch and disappear. Subscribe to STL Hustle Insider, share this episode with somebody who needs to see it, and visit stlhustleinsider.com to stay connected with what we're building. And business owners, before you go, if you're creating content but don't have a clear system for turning that attention into leads, conversations, appointments, and sales opportunities, check out Social Lead Web by IHMG. Social Lead Web is the system that turns social media attention into real service opportunities for local service-based businesses. Want to see whether it makes sense for yours? Comment "social" wherever you're watching this episode, or go to ihustlemg.com and take the free Social Lead Web quiz. You'll get a better picture of what's working, what's missing, and whether the Social Lead Web strategy is right for your business. I'm Lakeisha Blackman. Cortez Hustle is out in these St. Louis streets finding the stories, and we'll keep putting the spotlight on the people building what's next. This is STL Hustle Spotlight, powered by STL Hustle Insider. Short conversation.